This is Josh with RGB Halo Kits, and in this video we're going to be installing our multicolor DRL boards for the 14 to 21 Jeep Grand Cherokee. First, you're going to cut open your headlight following the cut line around the seam where the lens of the headlight meets the housing. You can cut your headlight open using a Dremel or rotary tool. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you where you're going to want to cut along the headlight. We're going to be using an ultrasonic cutter for the example, but any cutting tool will suffice as long as you cut along the line shown in the video. Begin cutting your headlight in slow, controlled cuts until you've worked your way around the entire headlight. Next, get a small flathead screwdriver and start slowly prying the lens from the housing. At this point, you should have the lens fully cut, but the plastic may still stick. You can use any small flathead tool to loosen the plastic and pry the lens off. Go ahead and pull your lens off. Next, you're ready to start disassembling your inner housing, so go ahead and take a T15 bit. You're going to remove 3 to 4 screws from the inner bezel. Next, go ahead and remove your inner fascia and unplug the factory white DRL boards. There's going to be 3 plugs to unplug here. And lastly, turn signal. Now you're ready to disassemble your DRL unit. Unplug your factory white DRL board and repeat the same process for the entire DRL. Remove the plastic DRL holder from the bottom of your DRL. Take off your factory OEM boards. Next, you're going to have to disassemble your factory DRL boards. You're going to have to remove the black holding plate on the back of the boards. Next, go ahead and remove the black holding plate on the top DRL board. You will need to reuse this for the multicolor boards. Go ahead and take your multicolor board and test fit it over the DRL. Line up the holes into the factory holes from the headlight unit and replace the DRL holder on top of your multicolor boards. Go ahead and reinsert your screws. Go ahead and take the next DRL board, and this is going to be installed on the side. Again, line up the mounting holes and put your DRL holder over the mounting hole. Reinstall the factory screw to tighten the DRL and securely hold it in place. Next, you're ready to install the bottom of the DRL. For the bottom of the DRL, this part does get a little tricky. You're going to have to hold the DRL in place in 3 different places while also putting the DRL holder on top of these boards. Here you can see the correct alignment of each board. With one hand, go ahead and hold the multicolor boards. With the other hand, go ahead and take your DRL holder. It does insert into the side of the DRL. That little fin needs to insert into the side of the factory DRL, so just make sure you didn't miss that part. After that, you're just going to line the holes and clamp it on. Reinstall the factory screw to tighten the DRL and securely hold it in place. Okay, your DRL is now successfully mounted. In this part, I'm just going to show you how it mounts. Now you're ready to run your wires through your headlight and reinstall your inner bezel. Run your multicolor wires through the back of the headlight through the headlight dust cap. When reinstalling your bezel, be sure to plug in the turn signal portion only. You won't need to plug in the factory DRL boards, but you will need to plug in that turn signal there. This one you will not need, and this one you will not need as well. Go ahead and align your bezel. It should snap right in when it's properly aligned, and you're going to reinstall your T15 screws. Next, we're going to drill a hole in our back dust cap for multicolor wires. For this process, we recommend using a wire gland. You can purchase wire glands at rgbhalokits.com. If needed, you can also depin your LED wires in order to fit through the wire gland more securely. Next, you are now ready to reseal your headlight. We're going to be resealing the headlight using a two-part process. Part one, we're going to use a soldering iron or hot knife and plastic weld the headlight back together. After you're done welding your headlight, be sure to inspect the headlight for any missed spots or gaps in the weld. Next, for part two of your reseal, you're just going to take some black silicone and put a bead of silicone around the entire weld point. This is just for extra security and to clean up a little bit of those weld points on the headlight. Take your silicone and just slowly work around the entire headlight. After you have your sealant applied, go ahead and take one of your fingers and just slowly spread the sealant. This will ensure a proper seal and clean up the look of the silicone sealant. Just take your time, slowly spread and push that silicone sealant into the channel. After you have spread your silicone around the headlight, go ahead and let the headlight dry for about 30 minutes. And after your headlights dry, you're now ready to wire your multicolor DRL boards. For this one, this is the RGBWA DRL board, so you will have to plug the LED boards into the included LED driver. You will then plug the LED driver into the LED controller as depicted in the wiring diagram. This one also does have an additional amber function, so you will need to tap into the amber turn signal on your driver and passenger side headlight harness. You are now ready to download the app and your install is now complete, and you have your multicolor RGBWA DRL boards.